Good afternoon, everybody. Fox at Outdoors here. Another greenhouse update. We're looking at another Tuesday here. It is about 34 degrees outside. It is about 11:05 right now. We are starting out, as you can see, actually inside the greenhouse today because, well, outside it is super windy. Supposed to be having some bad weather today, possibly even getting snow, but I live in New Mexico, so we'll see what they consider snow. But I'm going to turn you guys around here in just a moment, and we will get to updates on the greenhouse and all the plants that are inside. You guys will actually be shocked at how well everything is doing, except for 4 plants that look like they're dying, but we'll get to that in a moment. But let me get you guys turned around, and here we go. Got our slew of plant life. I still haven't gotten anything in these buckets over here. I found my pointing stick. So we are good. So nothing. I haven't been watering these as much as I should be. Once I start watering them frequently, I should start getting plants in them. Although I did have plant in one of these. Oh yeah, it's in the bottom way down there. Let's see if you guys can see that guy way back there. That's a marigold. I'm pretty sure it is. It's got that same marigold look to it. My carrots getting a lot of new growth on there. All this nice vibrant green you can see everywhere. What I like to do is when I get these yellow ones like this, I like to trim them down. Just cut them off, because those are going to start losing their ability to photosynthesize and give plants nutrients. So I just chop them, because my theory is if the plant can't use it, there's no need in having it. I've got my bell peppers are a little sad. I don't know if I'm not giving them enough water, or if I gave them too much water, or if they're just not getting enough sunlight. I had all kinds of leaves on this guy back here, had a whole bunch of new growth, and then they all just kind of fell over. So we'll see. Let's see if I can get the zoom in going on here. There we go. We've got a ton of new growth on this guy. Look at that, little green everywhere. So this is my basil. This was one of the basil plants that I had from last season. Like I said, for those of you who don't know, these are actually fairly hardy plants. You can actually overwinter them really well. Just trim them down fairly low, give them at least 1 or 2 nodes to grow on, and then they will actually grow real well. Alright, let me turn this guy. You can actually see he's got a lot more green to it. I've got green all over this thing. There's green up there, no green there, green, everywhere's green. So doing pretty good on that. Let's go zoom back out. And oh no, that did not go what I wanted it to do. This thing's being stubborn. There we go. Anyways, I've got spinach popping up over here. I have no idea what this thing is. It's a funny leaf. Oh, pattern on the leaf. This was spinach up here, but that one died. I'm gonna have to yank this guy out because he's completely dead. No point in having him in there anymore. I've got 1 spinach here and 2 in the back. Doing quite well. And it looks like one of them is completely coated with aphids, as always. I got the yeah, that's coated with aphids. I'm gonna have to spray that off with some neem. Yeah, I got aphids all up on this leaf too. You can kind of see them, those little brown spots. I don't know why it is with the basil. They are on there constantly. Every other plant I don't have an issue with. They don't touch anything but my spinach plants. But anyways, I digress. We'll go up to our oregano. Our 2 oreganos. Doing fantastic as always. Got a little bit of yellowing there, but that could just be due to lack of water. But looking at it now, it looks fairly watered to me, because I did water everything yesterday fairly well. Have no growth on this guy yet, but I do still have these 2 little ones back here. I have my radishes. Near 100% germination rate on these. The only one I was literally missing was I planted one here, and then I had one in this back corner. What, right about here, I had another one. Did not pop out, but I've got almost all of them out now. So, and we are on week 3.5. And that's what I'm looking at for that little radish. Rosemary, still going. My thyme, still going. This is going to be, let's see if I can get this on camera. Let's see what we have. Nope, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, you'll see. Grab my pointing stick, sorry, for the movements here. Like I got green right there. Green right there. I know I had another one. Where'd he go? Oh, it looks like it died off somehow. Oh, no, here we go. We've got green right there. That guy's coming back. You can see the green there and there, as well as there. Nothing yet on the back side. I do have, let's see if I can find it. Look, there's a little bit of green there and a little bit of green there. But I got little bugs flying around everywhere. As long as you see green, it will come back. That is what I've learned. Let's go see if we can't zoom out all the way. There we go. So basil will come back regardless. As long as you leave a node or two where it can regrow, it will regrow. Assuming it is not 100% frozen. Once it freezes completely, your plant is dead. It's like everything else. They do not like frost. They do not like frost at all. That's why they're doing really well in my greenhouse. I've been keeping it around 60 degrees in here. So we've got our other radishes, my big pot, planted again on the 30th along with those ones. And here's where we're at on these. I think these guys get a slight bit more sunlight just because of where they're at. So they do a little better. What I do every couple of days is I just turn my plant, or turn my pot, so because they keep leaning toward the sun. So it just keeps them growing straight. And those ones were, I believe, the Garden Giants. So these radishes should be about, like, almost the size of golf balls when they're done. My two potatoes that I still have out here, slowly growing eyes. And I do mean slow. I've got some inside that are growing that are doing better. So I'm going to be planting those soon. This is just a scraps bag from some leeks and some onions. That'll be going in the compost heap. I just have it out here because I didn't have anywhere to stick it at the moment. We're going to our patio peas. You'll see here I've got 2 of them that have actually popped up really well. I planted 5 of them in here. It did take me a while, about a week, to remember what I had in here, but I put that on there for you guys so you guys know. But I've got my good patio pea here, one here, and you can see one back there. I did have one here, and I should have another one around here. I planted 5 of them in there just to see, because, as I said last week, these usually get 18 to 24 inches. They usually say 1 to 2 plants per 12-inch pot. These are 12-inch pots, so I should be alright with that. If I have to thin them down, I can. But I think because of the way they're growing, it'll actually benefit even more. So I'll be able to get a good amount of peas off of that. We'll go top shelf real quick for all the greens. And, I mean, you guys can see some of the stuff where I've trimmed down. You can see the chopped marks, trim marks. And that stuff has grown quite a bit. There's my little sea of green. I'm going to get more in here at some point. I'm going to plant a little bit more seedage. Oh, this guy's actually stuck inside of himself. What? There we go. That was weird. But I got to trim the back end because they're actually touching the roof, as you can tell. I've got my chivies. Lots more sprouts from last week. I've got a ton of them just popping up now everywhere. There's a new guy over there. There's a new guy back there. A new one over there. They're actually popping up little bit by little bit. Now, for those of you wondering, this is the difference between planting between 2 different types of soil or soil mixes. So I will show you on another plant or set of plants, but this is just the regular soil blend that I normally make, and it's taken these guys nearly 3 weeks to get some of these popping up. All right, as opposed to what I have in here, that took these guys about a week, and they were already about 1 inch tall. But we'll move south a little bit to our other plants. The onion chives are doing great. Not sure if you guys will be able to actually see anybody in there. Nope, they've all moved. But I normally have, oh, see, here we go. So, you see all those guys down there? Look at that. Look at all my little snails. I got little snails there. I got snails there. Snails, snails. I like seeing snails on my plants. It actually keeps most of the bugs off, and it does help them. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, there's a snail right in there. But anyways, I digress. As going back to the topic I was about to discuss. So this is one spinach plant or pot that I planted. This is the other spinach pot that I planted. Only planted them a day apart, mind you. But I started this off with a 1/4 inch layer of seed starter mix. And I have everything germinated except for the one in the center right here. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Could have just been a bad seed. But I think if I stick another one in there, it'll pop up in about a week. These are already getting the long leaves. They're already starting to grow their spinach leaves. These are just the sun grabbers, the long ones. But this is the other plant. So this is just the regular standard. You can see the garden mix. It's just what I mix and then add the perlite to. I'm finally getting these guys to pop up, but it did take them almost an additional 2 weeks longer to pop than the other ones. I did plant these guys 8 and 8 down each one, but it seems I may or may not have dropped a seed or two when I was planting. So I got a little bit of extra, either that or they moved when I planted them. But I should have had 4 down the side, on each side, and then 3 down the middle. Which seems a little odd that I have more than that, but they will grow. I got to give these guys a little bit more water today. These ones over here doing really well. Still, I still only got the 1 cantaloupe, which is really aggravating. Despite the fact that I planted a seed in every one of those. So I'm going to trash this. This box does not work for beans. It is junk. For anybody who wants to try gardening inside a greenhouse or use some of these so-called windowsill planters, this is a 6x6 greenhouse seed starter kit. Don't buy it. It is trash. I had this in the greenhouse with the lid on it, and then after about 3 days, the lid started warping. So I have the lid down on the bottom just as a catchment for the water. These are supposed to run roughly about 10 days. You fill them up, and there's this little plastic pad in here, this little thing right here that absorbs, it's like a foam pad, absorbs the water and keeps the bottom of the plant wet. But this stuff is, honestly, it's trash. I'm just going to straight be honest. This seed kit is garbage. I've had 0 luck with it the way it is designed. It is not worth the money. The thing was like $8 or $10. And I've been disappointed with it since I bought it. Going on to a positive note, strawberries are going ballistic over here for some bizarre reason. Look at this. I mean, all of that. That's 6, 7 flowers there. I've got 6 or 7 here. My pumpkin, look at that. He's getting bigger. I'm telling you, once it gets warmer and I can get him outside in an actual container, a bigger container than this, or in the ground, he's going to take off. And I'm going to have pumpkins by like July. So, pumpkins in July, folks. Pumpkins in July. Parsley, still doing well. I got to trim some of the dead stuff out and give him a good water bath. He's a little dry. I was hoping for it to be a warmer day today, but yeah, that didn't happen. And we've got strawberries over here. Look at, okay, so this is still considered a healthy plant. I don't know how. As small as this is, look at this. Where's my pointing stick? So I have this tiny little plant, but that's going to be a strawberry. That is actually a flower. Same with this one over here. Look, tiny little strawberry plant flower and new growth on these. So even if you fail at trying to grow plants, strawberries are the best way to start because these things are really hard to kill. Just give them water and sunlight and they'll grow. They'll grow like you won't believe. I've even got some of the ones down here, look. Those are strawberries down there. I got that funny looking one down there. These are all the ones that I transplanted a couple weeks back. Look at strawberry head. I've got nothing on that one yet. Oh, no, I do have one right there. Look at this. My strawberries are going insane. It's benefits of greenhouses, people. Even in the wintertime, you can get stuff to grow. Look at that. I got nice strawberries there. I got strawberries there. I got about 5 or 6 back here. You can see the flowers. Ooh, hey, look. All right, so it looks like this is a lettuce. I don't know. I had no idea what this plant was, but all of a sudden, look, this thing is huge now. It's actually a lettuce plant. Those are lettuce leaves. I think that's the same baby lettuce that I had on the big planter behind us. But we'll get there in a second. Look, I got more strawberries over here. Strawberries. I mean, this thing is, it's crapping out strawberries left and right. Same with my other plant. Look at this. Oh, man, I had a good one and it died. So I got strawberries. That one's going to die. That one died. I got strawberries everywhere. I mean, this thing is flowering. Look. Little tiny plant. Little tiny plants. Only got a couple of leaves on it. Strawberry. Look at this guy. Look at strawberry, strawberry, strawberry. And then look at this. There's my thumb. And then I've got 3 more right next to it that are going to be pretty big. Let me readjust these so they hang better. There we go. And then we'll go to the fire flames, or the firecrackers. There's the, look at, he's getting really big. As long as I keep him watered and he's in the sun on this side, he'll do fantastic and he'll grow really quick. Like I said in last week's video, or the video before that, these are bulbs, so these ones will work the same way as those guys down there. They will get their green, and as long as they get sunlight, they will grow. Real quick, back down this way. I'm not even going to bother trying to keep this a short video because I never managed to anyways. But I took the one basil plant that was in the upstairs pot that had the multiples. I took a single one out and just shoved them in this planter. This was the empty one I had from last week that I said I didn't have anything in. So I just stuck him in here. If I'm lucky, this will start growing sooner or later and it'll actually start getting bigger. I did have to take off 2 of the leaves because they were turning yellow. But he should be alright with a transplant in here. He just needs to get warmer. I think I'm going to move him to a different spot once it starts getting more sunlight in here. But for the now, he is down here just chilling in his little pot. He'll be doing good. And I have my carrots that I planted on the 30th, and I've only got the one. I am not satisfied with the fact that this only gave me one, and I planted about 35 or 40 seeds in there. I did 3 rows, 3 circular rows all along the outside. So about where I planted this guy, you'll see the difference. I did a circle all around. I did another one, and then I did like 4 or 5 in the center. So I should have had a circle of green there. Should have had another one here, and then I had like 4 or 5 in the center. I think the reason why those ones aren't doing so well is because they're not getting enough sunlight. I have all of these guys over here blocking the sunlight. So I think that's why they're not doing so well, just because they're not getting enough sunlight. I'm actually going to have to reposition this greenhouse differently than the way I have it now. I should have the door behind me facing south so that as the sun goes, it gets even sunlight throughout here, throughout the day. But I have everything on this side gets all the sunlight, and then only the stuff on this side that gets the sunlight gets it from the top windows here. So I will have to see why, or see when I can change this, or when I have time. But let's go over to the lettuce real quick, because topics change fast here. Everything wants to bolt. Look at this. All of my stuff is bolting. Everything that's regrown. You can see the lettuce has the seed heads right there. I've got everything is bolting. I don't know why it decided to suddenly do this, but it did. So I will have to trim all this, replant, redo this pot for the dirt, or just add more dirt to it. I will choose that at my own discretion. I'm still going to let this guy go. I'll trim most of the leaves off because the leaves are still edible for the most part. I got all this dust on here still. Don't know where. But yeah, it'll all get trimmed down. I'm going to leave this big guy going because he's got all my seed pod heads. I might let this one go. We shall see. I don't know. But I'm going to trim all this stuff off and it'll be a salad. But yeah, so look. So these are the leaves from this guy. Okay, and then we go back down here and look. We got that same leaf pattern. So that's a lettuce. Don't know how that one even got in there. I really don't. I never planted lettuce in here. Those was all strawberries. I still have absolutely nothing on these guys. I suck at growing anything that has a pepper seed. I watered them. I have watered them. I've got them under a heat lamp. And I mean, you can see it's a heat lamp. Watch. This thing's on, so I'm going to burn myself. This thing's about 100 degrees, more or less. Ow, 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 ow. See, I got a ceramic heat lamp under there, keeping these guys warm. And for the life of me, I have not gotten anything to grow in here. And it's been about 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. No, it's been about 2 weeks. Still got nothing. Don't know why, don't know how. But I have more greenhouse starter kits. Little ones, they're like 8 packs. I got 4 of those the other day at the store. So we'll try those out, see what I can get going from there. Little bugs flying around everywhere. But yeah, I do have my 2 brown planters. These guys over here. I've got him and him. They're actually full of dirt. I think what I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to use them as radish planters. So every month or so, or every about a month or so, 3 weeks to a month, I'm going to plant radishes in my planters. So by the time these guys are done growing, I will have another set most likely growing in that one. If my carrots don't do anything, I'll put the radishes in this with the topsoil or the seed starter mix, and they'll pop up within like a week, 8 to 10 days, give or take. But yeah, there's that. And this is how I started my day this morning. I've been sitting on this little bench that I made out of the extra wood that I had. I'll take my bench outside. Go sit her out here. Ooh, it's actually not windy for the moment, but y'all can see, look at it. It is a gray, grungy morning. I mean, I got clouds everywhere. And they said it's supposed to snow, but we shall see. I don't believe them when they tell me that, but who knows, the weather down here changes kind of weird. Peppermint still hasn't died. Look at this, this is all new. Brand new growth. Nothing dies in my yard. I try not to kill anything. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. This one was quite extensively long. I do apologize. I was going to try to keep it shorter, but had a lot to go over even though I haven't done anything today. We'll get these guys going soon at some point. Other than that, nothing's really changed. I just got pots galore to plant stuff in. I've got my soil mix over there. I've got more in my car. I just have to pull it out, but I didn't want none of it to get wet. My stuff is falling apart here. But yeah, no tour today, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what was going on in the greenhouse a little bit more extensively. So we all know what's going on. Also, next week I will most likely not be putting out a video just due to the fact that I'm going to be working all of next week. I will not have my Tuesday or Wednesday off, so I will not be able to get anything done. Loophole or plot twist, unfortunately last week I was not able to get the box finished. My journey to Home Depot 3 times took up most of my day because I live about 30 minutes away from Home Depot. And that's the closest Home Depot. So I had to buy lumber, bought the lumber, it was the wrong lumber, had to take it back, had to get this stuff, had to tie it all down inside my car because I don't actually have cross beams for my roof rack. So I had it all inside the car, and then I had to go buy some other stuff from another store. And by the time I was done with that, plus getting everything set and organized for my pots and sifting my soil, I pretty much ran out of time on both days. So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna still have that box. Will be finished by the end of this month. If I have to work on it an hour a day after work when I can, I will. It shouldn't take me too long. These are, the boards I have are 8 foot, like 8 inches, something like that. So I should be able to just line them up and cut my pieces that I need real fast. I do have to bust out the table saw though in order to, yeah, I got it in. Nope, I actually got it out here. I got to cut these guys to this exact size. It's like a 1 1/4 by 1 5/8, something like that. And I need them 18 inches long, but I have to bust out the table saw to cut them. I usually cut them out of these 2x6, 18 inches. I usually get 3 strips out of it, and that's what I've been using for my uprights. And then I'll have the box will be finished, and then that'll start going in the ground. As of right now, I just have it covered. We'll go over there real quick. Take a quick little journey through my dirt. So I've got it covered right now to keep it warmer. Although with it dropping down, the temperature is not helping any. At night, I have my other boxes covered. The tarps keep trying to fly away, but they're not going anywhere. More of my yard, more of my yard, and more of my yard. All of my yard. Everywhere's yard. But, yep. Alright. We're going on a little longer than I was expecting. So, I'll let you guys give the last little bits of visual aesthetics. Or just my junk piles, whatever you want to call it. We'll finish her off in the greenhouse where it's nice and not windy. But, yep. Alright, guys. So, like I said, no video next week unless I can somehow manage to find time to make one, which I doubt I'm going to be able to do because I'll be getting home fairly late. Other than that, that is today's update on what is going on in my greenhouse. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy your day. You all take care. Have a pleasant evening. Foxit Outdoors, signing off.